mention Carli Lloyd's name that much in terms of attacking opportunities, but the work she's getting through, leading that USA front line, is tremendous, particularly when you take into account that she is 39 years of age. She's doing a lot of running and a lot of defending from the front.
Corner from the left side from Rapinoe. And a throw in here and beat that trap. It's Houren back to Rapinoe. For a little give and go there, Rapinoe. The ball on to Houren.
Nothing wrong with the idea there, that 1-2, trying to move the ball quickly in and around the opposition penalty area to try and find some space. Couldn't find around on that occasion, but again, Rapinoe full of ideas.
Playing it out from the back as is their way under Gustafsson, and it's getting them into some issues here. Australia press has it again for the US. It's inside here to Lloyd. Straight at Teagan Micah.
As you said, it is getting them into difficult positions on occasions, trying to play the ball out from the back. It is doable. There are sides you can play the ball out from the back when sides are pressing. They work on this in training a lot. They would have done specific training for this match in playing the ball out from the back, knowing that the US are going to play high up. The moment there have been times when the accuracy on the passing hasn't been good enough. It needs to be good. Everybody needs to be in the positions that they're supposed to be to try and get out from that high press. And here we go again.
Sticking with it here, Australia. Right back, almost on our own goal line there. It was Van Egmond. Really not comfortable work here. The Matildas playing it out from the back. I wonder whether Gustafsson might. The issue is, as you suggest, I mean, it's clearly part of the team dynamic. It's causing them all sorts of issues at the moment. They just can't break the press too often there. With the ball now in midfield here. It's Van Egmond. Calming influence there. Emily Van Egmond. 40 minutes played here now in Kashima. Australia trailing the United States of America, approaching half-time, but 2-1. Come back once already. Well in there to stop that move from Houren. Back with the American now to send it cross field, test the Australian back line. Looking a lot for those diagonal passes, aren't they, as the half goes on? Actually, both teams, when they've got their central midfielders in possession.
Yeah, trying to open things up. It's not something that we've seen Australia be able to do too much in this first half. Obviously, Tamika Yallop trying to take up advanced positions down that left-hand side. We've not mentioned Kyah Simon in this first half, really, have we? She's struggled to get involved for Australia, and she is an important attacking player for them, but not really been in the game at the moment.
As you say, they find positions from wide areas. You have Razzo running at fullbacks, Simon as well. Very little from them. Have the Lloyd for the US threatening again. Rapinoe is in there. Is she being taken out? She thinks she's being clipped. Laura Fortunato, the referee, said it might be checked by the review. Let's have another look at it here. Australia press well, have a case here, Rapinoe, for a penalty. It will surely be checked. No goal, no penalty rather, given by Fortunato in the first place, but she is waiting for the review here. Key moments these, shortly before the break in the bronze medal match. waiting for that decision from the review from VAR.
We've seen VAR a lot in this tournament. It's worked well. On the whole, it's worked pretty quickly, pretty effectively. They're having a look at this, and they're checking to see whether or not they need to advise the referee to go and have a look herself. You could tell from Rapinoe's initial reaction that she felt that she was caught there.
Nervous moments for Kennedy as well. It's gone in on the back of Rapinoe. Still waiting for the decision here. No, in the end, she has got away with that one. Kennedy, of course, was at fault for the second goal for the United States of America. They survived that VAR review. The Matildas, decision, no penalty there. That challenge on Rapinoe.
It came from Carli Lloyd, running the channels down the left-hand side, doing so well, putting that ball in for Megan Rapinoe, but I've just been really impressed with Carli Lloyd. Again, there she was putting pressure on Polkinghorne with that ball out.
Mewis there, shot charged down, but it's back again. Just slipped, didn't she, as she went into that one. Oren, lay it down. It's Catley there, isn't it, for Australia. This was the shot that was charged down. Shot from Mewis.
And obviously there was no contact in the penalty area, which is why the penalty wasn't given. It did look potentially like they're happy with it, but they've had a closer look than us and decided that it wasn't worthy of a penalty.
So Courtney Nevin there warming up, because of course Catley playing in the defensive position. They've got a few options now. Gustafsson's got, if this is a problem, it needs to be a knock on the ankle. Looking back here at what was the equaliser for Australia, that error from French, shot on target. If it was marginal, but the error from French giving Sam Kerr the equaliser. Difficult moment that for the American goalkeeper.
She hasn't really recovered from it either. We see her be nervy. Yes, she had a save from Kerr from header a couple of minutes afterwards, but when she's come to collect, when she's come out, she hasn't really dominated the penalty area. And like I say, that's an area that Australia need to try and exploit, knowing that the USA do not have their #1 goalkeeper playing for them today.
Gustafsson trying to get more shots on target, trying to test the American goalkeeper, but it's been difficult going for Kerr. Has got that equaliser. We're almost at half-time because the US have dominated large periods of the first half. Try and sure Gustafsson has the opportunity shortly to talk to his team into the second half. Try and build a few more attacks, build a few more moments to trouble the American backline. There's a foul there. Seen so little from Simon, from Razzo for Australia. They're normally at the heart of their best attacking movements. Not just in terms of setting up Sam Kerr, but actually just themselves with their runs into the penalty area. We haven't seen that from wide areas. 3 minutes to be added on here at the end of the first half in Kashima. United States of America leading Australia here by 2-1. 2 goals from Megan Rapinoe. On the side of an equaliser from Sam Kerr for Australia. Inside here too. Well, that's just more quality, isn't it? Carli Lloyd puts the gloss on a wonderful first half performance here from the United States of America with their 3rd goal. A fine finish, shakes to the head from Australia. They've been undone again by the star quality from the Stars and Stripes participants here in Kashima. Deadly when given an opportunity, this American front line, and they've shown it again. It's another all-star, Carli Lloyd, with the 3rd goal on the stroke of half-time for the United States to give them the 3-1 advantage.
Absolutely stunning goal from Carli Lloyd and the USA again, and the quality in the penalty box, never in doubt, but even when you see a finish like that, it lifts you off your seat. A fantastic goal, brilliantly taken. She's got 9 Olympic goals now in her career, Carli Lloyd. The joint most for any USA player at the Olympics. What a career, and what a finish. A brilliant goal, and it's been a brilliant first half performance from Carli Lloyd.
Yeah, just as you were suggesting, it's just all-round play, capped by that wonderful goal now.
Again there.
I wonder whether they can maybe get something else. Still another minute to play here of added time. Not that time for the US, and Australia bring it forward here. In the form of Logarzo, but it breaks down easily. On the turnover again, on the transition. Going to look for something which probably will be the last action, you think, the first half. Rapinoe here trying to just play it inside this time. Such a good time, of course, to score, but the nature of the goal really putting the gloss on Carli Lloyd's individual performance in the first half. What a first half it's been for the United States of America. 3-1 advantage. Australia with all the work to do here at this stage. Press here, turning inside the challenger forward. And that will be that for standing first half here at the Ibaraki Kashima Stadium. 4 goals, Sam Kerr got one of them. Match outplayed for large parts of that first half by the United States of America. Goal for Carli Lloyd, 2 for Megan Rapinoe. And at half-time here, it's Australia 1, the United States of America.
unable to get a shot away forward. This is a positive from Australia at the start of the second half.
Kerr brought down there. No changes, I think, for Gustafsson. On your point about the Matildas coming out very early, I think that can often be the way, can't it? A team where they've been outplayed, just get back out there, and he just wants them to delivers his message quickly. No point sticking around in the dressing room any longer than you need to.
If you look at the goals that they've conceded, one was direct from a corner, the other one was a defensive mistake as well. So,
headed away, and Rapinoe can complete the clearance.
I mean, you don't expect to concede a goal direct from a corner, but that went in, and then the clearance from Alana Kennedy, 9 times out of 10, she puts that in rows Ed and it's out for a throw-in, but instead it went straight to Rapinoe.
As it's come back to Kerr, who was trying to get the shot away, and wants a penalty there, a handball. That might be looked at as well. The US here trying to break in the form of Lloyd, who got that 3rd goal just before half-time. Has she been fouled there? Yes, she has. Yalek, the challenge, and another look back at this volley attempted coming up there onto the hand of Earth.
What they look at is if the arm was in a natural position. If it's an unnatural position where they gain an advantage with the arm being away from the body, then that can be considered a penalty. It's a natural position, but then even if it clearly hits the arm, clearly hits the hand, it shouldn't be called a penalty.
Forward. Right to Lloyd here. Very well. It's like it's interesting with the no changes. I mean, it's been just being pulled back here. In the air at the moment. After that moment, the previous action, Kerr shot that appeal for handball. Just keep an eye on it. It's there on her movement. Such an important particle to the centre of midfield for the US team. Australia with the free kick. It's a bit bitty these first few minutes. A lot of stoppages. Andonovski there seeing another challenge here this time. Going in hard, didn't she, Oren? On Wegmans. Jostle for midfield supremacy. A bit more broken up. And it has been not as free-flowing. But no changes. It's been the way, hasn't it, in this event? I think because of the humidity, a lot of the head coach is waiting for 60, 65 minutes and then actually making a few changes.
Yes, expect 5 or 6 changes on the hour mark, because that has been what we've seen in this competition, absolutely.
The header back is not enough pace on it. It should be there. Seeing another challenge here this time. Going in hard, didn't she, Oren? On Wegmans. Jostle for midfield supremacy, a bit more broken up. He's seized on here by Lloyd, who's got a second of the game. Poor header back. You simply cannot give this quality of striker that sort of opening. Kennedy at fault again, and the United States of America are cruising here. 4-1 up now.
It's another defensive mistake, but look, it comes because Carli Lloyd is pressing. She chases that ball. Yes, it's a bad mistake from Kennedy, but Lloyd is there putting the pressure on, and then in that position, cool as you like, through the legs of Micah, and Carli Lloyd is having some game here. It could well be her Olympic send-off at the age of 39. She scored 2 brilliant goals, 2 brilliant finishes, and she's put the USA in a really, really strong position now. And who says bronze medal doesn't matter to the USA? Look at those celebrations.
Australia 1, the United States of America 4. The all-star team, their star players have certainly shown up here in Kashima. 2 for Megan Rapinoe and now 2 for Carli Lloyd.
Well, Carli, she made her comeback in January for the national team.
They're just playing for fun. This is certainly a joyful performance now from the US, playing freely. It's press this time. He's popped up and he's looking to send it inside, and imperative there that Van Egmond read that pass inside. Australia a little bit rattled now here. They're making a good start to the second half, conceding the 4th goal, and it's an awfully long way back from here. Big problem for them is they've got to keep that back door shut as well, trying to get back into this game with how potent. And if you're giving away those sorts of individual errors, no chance really.
Well, we said the goals that Australia conceded today, one direct from a corner. It's not great to concede like that, and then 2 really bad defensive errors which have led. So if they hadn't have made those mistakes, they could potentially be very much in this game.
Ball now here in the form of Simon, who is in for the header, and that one back. That's a good header there, and it's Caitlin Foord. Hope for Australia. Quick response here.
That's exactly what they needed if this game wasn't to get away from them. An immediate response. It's a super ball in this from Simon. Foord still has a little bit to do because it is just behind her, but she adjusts well in the air, manages to get the placement and it past Franch. And it is just when we were talking about Australia having to watch out because they could concede lots of goals. Well, this is game on again.
What an entertaining bronze medal match this is proving to be. 6 goals now. And again, Australia there. I mean, Kerr could have almost got that through. Just nicked away. And another ball coming in from the left side here for the. It's a good-looking cross as well. Good header away there from Yalop's delivery. Now, there are more goals in this. Both defences, Australia have shown when they get forward they can trouble, and as we were saying, for Australia the big problem is going to be to try and keep this American front line out to prevent further damage. Rapinoe there, past one challenge, and can she get past another? Those legs keeping her going, and she still tries to get the shot away. Kennedy just making it awkward. You can't take your eyes off this one.
I just wonder if we're going to see someone like Tobin Heath come on for the USA if the game continues like this, because she would absolutely love to run into the kind of spaces that are being allowed with Australia pushing forward. I think we're going to see changes from Australia as well. So, don't go anywhere. This game is brilliantly poised to run into the kind of spaces that are being allowed.
Both coaches giving their first 11s more time in this second half, but you would expect some changes soon, as if this event is anything to show by, because the humidity is quite something, and a lot of these players were involved, of course, particularly for Australia, their event in the semi-final, of course. Go again here, and that's a nice ball. Go again here, and that's a nice ball sent out wide for Raso to run onto, but Crystal Dunn there has to time it right, and she just did. She can bring it away. Good challenge there on Raso. Van Egmond to sweep up here. 10 minutes, just over 10 minutes into this second half. Australia 2, the United States of America 4. Super entertaining bronze medal match, and still 35 minutes of it to go, at least.
At least.
Well put. Raso here, getting more opportunity, and what a ball that is off the post from Kerr. Oh, you expected to make that. It was a peach of a cross, and someone of Kerr's quality, you're pinching yourself that she hasn't found the back of the net there.
Well, it feels like Australia have decided in the second half to put more balls in, get that cross in. Did there, it's a brilliant ball in. It just did there, it's a brilliant ball in. It just did there, it's a brilliant ball in. It just comes off Kerr's head rather than her making decisive contact with it, and then the rebound, very unfortunate for Sam Kerr. A bit fortunate there for French and the USA, and this is a superb reaction from Australia.
Delivery from Caddy is in there, and it's back out now with Yalop. Just showing a little bit too much of it there to Davidson. Throw in here to Australia. That was just a terrific ball into Kerr. You would expect right on her forehead there for her to have nodded that in. Quality delivery, and again here it's knocked across and just out of the reach there. It's the ball across from Simon. Simon and Raso here are getting much more influence for the Matildas here in this second half, no question.
We didn't see much, if at all, in that first half, but absolutely they've been really involved in the opening 13 minutes of this second half.
This is what Tony Gustafsson's talked about with this team, about building the legacy towards a home Women's World Cup in a couple of years' time. But in terms of this match, after a tiring tournament, talks about the grit in his squad, the motivation, the mix of ages in the group. And they're really having to dig in here. The US will know, Megan Rapinoe's team will know here, for all that they've done, this match is not done yet.
No, one more goal for Australia, and the USA will be feeling decidedly nervy, and they were very, very close to conceding there. Denied by the inside of the post. As you said, it's a big 4-year cycle, this, for Australia, because they've got the Olympics this year, and you've got the Asian Cup next year, the home World Cup in 2023, and then the next Olympics as well. So this talented group of players, have some big tournaments coming up for them.
French there a little bit slow in coming to a bit of miscommunication. It's there. Really nervy performance, this. The American keeper started really. That kick is not the best either. Gives possession straight away to Australia here. Razzo looking to take advantage with it. Out to Simon. Polkinghorne inside, and now trying to work it back out. Eventually they were to Simon, but that one's broken down. Now away the States can go with Mewis, just content to send it back to French. Better kick that time, got the laces through it. Definitely, you would say, we're making earlier that from the Australia's point, if you get more shots on to rest, the United States goalkeeper just looked comfortable. Got down there just ahead of the ball of the play. Mewis there, still down. The American, and yeah, ball sent out of play to allow her to get some treatment. She hasn't got back to her feet yet.
I think she's just winded. I think she'll be okay, but yeah, they need to be more direct, Australia, in terms of getting balls in and taking shots on, and I think that's exactly what they're doing.
First change here of this bronze medal match, and it's going to come for the United States. Rose Lavelle has been a key part of starting lineups for Andonovski's team. Of course, he's on the bench here, but he's going to get involved in proceedings. It's a look back at Megan Rapinoe's first goal, and then, of course, the second that put them back in front. That wonderful finish from the former Ballon d'Or winner. Double change here, in fact. Rapinoe making way, as is Sam Mewis, who just picked up that knock. As expected, as you're suggesting, Tobin Heath is going to enter the fray here alongside Rose Lavelle. Double change for the US here on the hour mark.
Yeah, Tobin Heath on one flank, Kristen Press on the other. That is pretty terrifying for any defence. So if they give them space to run at, Press and Heath will look to try and take full advantage. Players that love to break, very, very quick, direct as well when they get in on goal. And Rose Lavelle, another player with a lot of energy. We've seen her a lot in this tournament already. She has been a key part of the side, and on for the last half an hour or so.
Giving chase to this one. Tireless performance from her, and inside to Ford there, who's bundled off it. Nothing doing though from Fortunato, the referee. Saw that as a fair challenge. Now inside here to Lavelle, 26-year-old American, one of the substitutes who's come on along with Tobin Heath, the veteran, 33 years of age. Out wide here to Lindsay Huron. Australia can break that one down. Done there, trying to hold on to possession. He's done well there, actually, with that back header. That's out of play.
The options for Australia on the bench. I wonder if we might see Mary Fowler at some point, the youngest member of the squad. She's at 4 substitute appearances in this tournament. She has brought an explosive element in terms of pace whenever she's come on.
Well, it's the interesting thing with the Australian squad in particular. We talked about the legacy element, building towards the home Women's World Cup. The younger players, both Fowler and Kyra Cooney-Cross as well. The US, really, you look at, they've used a couple of options off the bench, but it can be interesting for them going forward, because actually they've got some wonderful young players in terms of the development system, but they weren't actually picked so much. We had Davidson at the back, but actually there's a lot of players who are going to come in after these Olympic Games, I think, into the reckoning, building towards that next Women's World Cup. Of course, they'll be defending their title. Haven't seen so much of them here. A lot of discussion around that, around the selection of the US team, because it is going to be a real changing of the guard, you feel, after this event. Not down there, and it's only finding done. Oh, good dispossess there from Press. Press jinking away, still with it here. Deciding to go herself, not too far away. Maybe could have chosen the pass there. Good dispossess there.
Sometimes she's so good at breaking, and she gets into those positions and gets her head down, and the only thing on her mind is getting the shot away, as she had Tobin Heath to her right, and that was the pass. I think she knows it, but focused on the goal.
So they're winning the throw-in, bundling herself about as always. Not by any means just about the goals, with the captain of the Matildas. Everything she gives, their whole style of play, somewhere built around her. Yes, though, break it down here, and they're trying to release their Lavelle.
Those are the kinds of runs that we didn't really see from Sam Mewis in the first half, but Rose Lavelle is capable of breaking through the line and joining the attack when needed, almost getting on the end of that pass. But those are the kinds of runs that we didn't really see from Sam Mewis.
Yeah, memories of Lavelle at the last Women's World Cup, of course, switching through the bronze ball, that important award. 3 goals in that event. Just blessed with options on really off the bench. Talked a lot about Tobin Heath as well. Free again here, it's Carly Lloyd on a hat-trick. Didn't really get hold of her finish for once.
Can we begrudge her for going the hat-trick? Well, the pass was on, definitely, but when a striker like Carly Lloyd gets in that position, they're almost always going to go for goal. Triple substitution about to be made in Australia. As we said, on the hour mark, 60-65 minutes, there tends to be a flurry of changes.
I think it's just all about the intensity, isn't it, through this event? And now at this stage, the number of matches, a lot of players have played in a relatively short space of time. What is it, 6 matches in a couple of weeks in this event, in terms of the scheduling, in the humidity, to manage the energy levels, the intensity.
Zlatko Andonovski's been really changing things up, hasn't played the same starting 11 throughout this whole competition, and yeah, you have to manage the squad. There are a lot of games, a lot of intensity, difficult conditions as well, but he has changed things up quite a lot. That were one of the perhaps criticisms levelled at him after the semi-final defeat.
Getting in behind here again, the US. It's Lloyd again. That's a good challenge across there to deny her, though. Stop the shot. Kendi O'Hara getting away there. Another changer coming in here. This one for Australia. Mary Fowler is going to be involved. Simon making way.
Yeah, like-for-like change, really. Mary Fowler, considerably younger, less experienced.
The teenager coming on, Kyra Cooney-Cross, and we also have as well Courtney Nevin. So triple change from Tony Gustafsson here, with about 23 minutes remaining, getting the youngsters involved off the bench. Nevin on, confirmation of that for Andy Razzo. Garzo making way for Cooney-Cross. going to see some of these exciting talents. Of course, Fowler scoring in the extra time when that thriller over Great Britain has played her part, has been on. He's ringing the changes here now, looking to get fresh legs, younger legs into proceedings. Still 2 goals down here, the Matildas. Sent out wide here for the ever-willing runs of Yallop here, but one's overhit that time. Just sensing in terms of any looking to chase the game here, any slight change with Australia. We talked about Fowler coming on for Simon is pretty much a like for like in terms of the forward areas. Fowler coming in. Anything else you're seeing tactically here from Gustafsson?
Well, Razzo going off and Nevin coming on. Nevin is usually deployed as a fullback, so let's see where she's going to slot in across the midfield 4. I'm sure she'll try and get forward as much as possible. Australia obviously need goals. Cooney cross for Logazzo does look to be more or less like for like, but that's an interesting one, bringing on Courtney Nevin for Razzo. Had other options, but it's gone for Nevin.
It's a little bit strong towards Dummy. She kept that in play. Looks to have done very well there. The pass was fizzed at her. And he's just looking to keep possession here and probe inside. It's 2 goals up, and they know what threat they've got here through the Australian backline. Press again, looking for the cross to the back post. Just looking to keep possession here and probe inside.
The ball over the top was from Lindsay Horan, who's had a really good game. She's been everywhere. She's a physical presence. We know that, but those kind of clever balls as well, very much in her repertoire. She's been really important for the USA today.
So the 20 minutes remaining here, and looking for a knock-on. Still going strong up top there. Molly Lloyd, 39-year-old. Been a full performance from her, from Christen Press as well.
So committed to looking after herself, being in the best possible shape, and coming back from almost a year out as a 38-year-old as she was. Incredibly difficult.
She's got another chance here. She can work the opening for the hat-trick. She goes with it. That is what she's about. She has delivered there, but it's been ruled out. Thought for a moment she got the hat-trick goal. Not to be. It's been ruled out for offside there. She'll have to wait again. Of course, she had that shot earlier, and now again here. I mean, it was just the finish was so good, wasn't it? But it doesn't mean anything. Still 4-2 to the US. It's that constant threat, isn't it, when they're able to get the ball through to their forward players, even when the changes, the front 3 they've got. She was saying, really, the changes they've made, they just bring different options. And fair to say, the Australian backline have had easier matches than this one.
They know that this is about as difficult as it gets, facing it's not just the front 3 that they started with this match, because there's still players off the bench that can come on, the likes of Alex Morgan, to cause all sorts of problems. The USA blessed with so much attacking talent, which makes it all the more curious as to why we've not necessarily seen them flourish at this competition, why they have struggled in the final third.
Yeah, they've certainly brought it together here, though, and looking to release through again here. Lloyd. Courtney Nevin there, holding on there.
Horan, who won the possession, and she has really bossed the midfield. In the defeat against Sweden, we saw the USA midfield, the first match was really overrun, but today they have controlled things, and Horan has been really strong alongside Juliet.
Just saw Emily Gielnik there being ready by Tony Gustafsson. That will be another attacking change here, because they've got under 20 minutes here to score at least twice. Need goals here, the Matildas. They're going to get back into this bronze medal match. Send it forward again. Now with Cooney Cross sending it back to Nevin. Send that forward there, Polkinghorne, but that's not the best of balls attempted into the area. So dangerous here. They've got to be very careful, Australia, as they look to press on the transitions. But that's a loose ball for once from press. Forward here. Sending it back. Sent forward by Nevin. In fact, Crossfield towards Yallop. Constant outlet there on that side for Australia. This overhit that again. That's frustrating for the Matildas. Another change here now. Just limping off there, actually, Polkinghorne, and this is an attacking change with Emily Gielnik coming on, the 29-year-old, to add a bit more firepower, perhaps. Polkinghorne there just got a little knock there before being substituted. I think that substitution was always in the offing for Tony Gustafsson, but coming off there with an injury, and Gielnik will add further firepower for Australia.
I think we're seeing Gustafsson saying that back four. So they've switched to a back four. Nevin going into the heart of defence, playing alongside Kennedy.
Gielnik, of course, who's come on, has got plenty of experience.
Nevin going into the heart.
Been involved around the Australian women's team since her debut. It's actually Tokyo against Japan 9 years ago. Played in Women's World Cups and Asian Cups as well.
Steph Catley dropping back into left back in a back four. Tamika Yallop at right back.
Her here on the turn here, trying to test out Davidson. The American equal to it, gives away the corner. Constant menace, Sam Kerr. Seen that through this tournament. She will feel even here, 4-2 down. The American equal to it, gives away. She gets a chance or two, she can get her nation back into it. Encouraging here them to press more, try and win the second ball here from the corner. See there, Kerr trying. It's difficult for her there really to control the header into the arms of French.
Greatly neglected by French. Not an easy ball to deal with Van Egmond just in front of her, but managed to collect it, and it was great to be able to hear the words there of Gustafsson, the players who wanted right on the edge of the box to try and win that second ball. He's gone all out here, basically. It looks like, obviously, it was 4-3-3, but the two fullbacks, Catley and Yallop, are going to get forward as much as possible.
Here with press. Chooses not to go there. Done with the ball across there, and it's come out to Lloyd. Goes for the absolutely spectacular for the hat-trick, and is well off target this time, the American.
Didn't quite catch it. Megan Rapinoe caught hers in the first half.
Just under 15 minutes to go. Tony Gustafsson has rung the changes. There's enough there, but it's whether they can build enough, Australia, and also, crucially, keep the back shut, because States have got plenty of options there. This ball is sent across, flicked across there. It's whether they can build enough.
Whatever happens today for Australia, it has been a massive improvement this tournament, getting to the bronze medal match. Never previously gotten past the quarterfinals at the Olympics, so it is an improvement, but it would be naturally very disappointing to get so close and not manage to get a medal. I think we've seen glimpses of really good play from Australia at times today, and with slightly better defending, they would be in this game. And we mentioned that they've been conceding far too many goals this year. It's been their undoing again today, and there were unnecessary mistakes.
Oh, this is a shot from distance. Shot there from Jelnik. That ball has just been getting herself involved in the last couple of minutes. Playing from distance, difficult to keep that one under control though.
It wasn't a bad effort from Emily Gielnik, who is someone who knows where the goal is. Let's put it like that. She's not afraid to take a shot on us, as we saw there. Just eradicate those individual errors. And Australia have got a really, really solid-looking team here.
Very attack-minded team at this stage, as you'd expect, needing 2 goals here to get back into this and force extra time minimum. Ball breaking here to Ertz. The US, of course, not needing to really press with the 2-goal advantage, but will feel their best chances to maybe try and get a 5th goal here. They've shown that threat with front 3. That ball over the top from Dunn for Lloyd to chase, and she sends it across. Did very well there.
I'm not sure anyone believes she could get on the end of it. They should not underestimate her.
Sent here to Dunn. Now out wide for press. A little bit caught there, I think, in 2 minds. Press for once. Wonder what to do. Kerr here trying to give chase, but the American backline more than aware of her threat. Send it away. Cooney cross. Starting to run out of time a little bit here, Australia. Need to start building a few more attacks, a few more waves of pressure. A little bit too broken for their liking. It's another free kick, and this time it's Uren goes down under the challenge. Another all-star preparing to enter the fray for a piece of the action. The figure of Alex Morgan, you could see, prepared by Andonovski to enter the action, and whether it will be for her fellow all-star. Carly Lloyd has been close to the hat-trick a couple of times. Might be about to make way, we'll see.
It's the probable change. She's looking to the side as well.
She wants a few more minutes here, wants to try and have another opportunity at the hat-trick, Lloyd. Whether she'll get that, we'll see.
She had a hat-trick in a World Cup final in 2015. Memorable hat-trick there.
Done there, wins the throw, and just saw Rose Lavelle, who's been quietly very good actually since she's come on, given some good composure, extra composure to the stakes. There is the change, and she won't be getting the hat-trick, but she's given us plenty more moments to enjoy and remember. Carly Lloyd, a couple of goals here to put the United States of America, her nation, well on course for the bronze medal here at Tokyo 2020. She will make way with just under 10 minutes to go for her fellow all-star, Alex Morgan, who will enter the fray now. Lloyd's work is done. 2 goals. She has certainly played her part here in the US bid.
2 brilliant finishes from Carly Lloyd. The 3rd goal as well, really important when it was scored just before half-time as well. All-round fabulous performance in what we're assuming is her final Olympics match, although you never know.
Done here, it's broken to her again, and Yallop is across there. Has won the goal kick. No corner they're doing for the US. Yeah, we do wonder, I mean, it's the question we posed with quite a few of these legends. Surely for Andonovski, there's so much discussion around that Tokyo 2020 is the swan song for quite a few of them. There's going to be big changes for the current World Cup holders going forward. It's Ford here who's got away. Best clearance there. Gets back into the grateful arms of French. And where do you stand on, I mean, in terms of the US team, what they do here? I mean, there's going to be big changes, you feel?
There has to be, certainly in terms of players who are reaching the end of their careers, but obviously there is talent coming through. They produce probably more young talent than any other nation, so they know there are players that can come through. And there's also players who are still going to be around. I mean, Lizzie Horan is 27, and she's a player who's so integral to this side. Rose Lavelle as well, 26. I mean, there are players that are going to be coming into their prime, as it were, in the next couple of years. We've been spoiled by the likes of Carly Lloyd and Megan Rapinoe and even, you know, Alex Morgan, who play getting into their 30s and almost getting even better as they go into their 30s. So there's lots of players still that can be really important for the USA in the next few years. But yes, it is going to be the end of an era and the changing of a cycle, without doubt.
Kelly O'Hara, the 33-year-old, down here. A bit of a heavy challenge. Andonovski wants to react on that. He, of course, is going to be, we believe, is going to be the one who's charged with refreshing things for the current world champions. Still in some discomfort here, isn't she, O'Hara? Sonnet here in terms of a possible defensive change. Emily Sonnet, the 27-year-old, is possibly going to come into the action to replace her.
Becky Sauerbrunn as well, obviously the captain, 36. Will she be in Paris in 3 years' time? There seems to be almost a ready-made replacement in Dahl Kemper, who started this tournament, but then Sauerbrunn came into the team instead. By the way, it's 193rd appearance, Becky Sauerbrunn, and she's never scored. She's equalled the record for most number of caps without a goal.
We set forward here. They only have now 6.5 minutes to go. The Matildas by Catley again from the left side. Nothing doing there. Out to Yalla. It's never going to really threaten in terms of a big chance for Australia. Not what she was looking for.
Just think back to that chance for Sam Kerr. If it had gone in, which it looked like it was going in, it's a completely different game. The momentum was with Australia. We saw in the first half as well, with a bit of momentum behind them, they looked dangerous.
Yeah, that Sam Kerr headed chance just going 3 minutes, of course, after Caitlin Ford's score. It was key moments really of the match as it's gone on. They haven't really created too much since then. Here is the change for the United States of America. It's not going to be O'Hara who was just took that knock. It's finally going to be another one of the top quality lineup players who are so well known around the world. It's Kristen Press here who will make way for Sonnet. And that is a bit more of a defensive change from Andonovski here. Just thinking now, maybe a few minutes to go, we can start to see this out.
Yeah, Emily Sonnet is a full-back, so whether she plays, there you go, 5-4-1. That's the message. So she'll slot in a wider position, just to bring support down that right-hand side, but more defensively minded, without doubt.
You can understand the change from Vlatko Andonovski at this stage. Just under 5 minutes left, a 2-goal advantage. And they still carry that threat as well, even with the change, because they've got the individuals. Corner here, Cooney Cross trying to win the ball back for Australia off the player who's just come onto the pitch, Sonnet. Just a little bit more content to just keep ball. Still looking, of course, they're such an attack-minded team, the US, looking for a 5th goal. Looking for a bit of game management now as well. Just gradually try and run the clock down a bit. She's got free and broken the offside trap there. It's Sonnet here making a big involvement since coming on. It is through there to Alex Morgan. For a bit of game. She couldn't get it under control, that pullback. Scoring back to her midfield partner Ertz, and that one should be, that's another poor moment there really for the Australians. Nevin this time, it's right across the face of goal, and the Matildas survived that one.
have struggled consistently to deal with almost exactly the same type of ball, just a lofted pass through the centre, which should be able to be dealt with relatively comfortably, and that has brought them problems.
So again, but that's overhit. Lavelle able to give chase there. Lavelle, another one who's impressed since coming on. It's just out of the reach, wasn't it, of Alex Morgan. The goal which surely would have sealed the bronze medal, beyond doubt. Another change for Australia. Another defender coming on in terms of the options. Laura Brock. Tamika Yallop with just 3 minutes to go. Would have sealed the bronze medal, beyond doubt. Free hit is Morgan. Morgan still trying to make something happen here. Should be. That's Tobin Heath who's gone down. Big chance here for Morgan there. Didn't really get hold of that. Ball coming back. She managed to get it back to her compatriot, to Heath, and sliding in there right the way back. The Australian cap. Big chance here for full-blooded commitment.
Again, more defensive uncertainty from Australia. As the seconds tick away for Australia, and the bronze medal gets more and more difficult for them. They are certainly going for it. Just going back to Rose Lavelle, I think this has been the gold medal match. I think she might actually have started. She's been so impressive, but she's clocked up quite a lot of minutes, so she was given perhaps a few minutes on the bench, and Lewis was given an opportunity, but starting 11 to the USA. Lavelle has really given herself a really good chance of being in that first 11 with her performances in this tournament.
Yeah, and again, what we're discussing about the US team going forward, she's going to be part of that as well, even if she didn't start in this bronze medal match. Crystal Dunn there, inside to Tobin Heath. Now here on to Rose Lavelle. Seconds ticking down for the Matilda's hopes here of turning this round. Not long to go, and the US, whatever the personnel, pretty good in this sort of situation. They've been over the years so well coached, well drilled. In terms of seeing these situations out, the work in some ways could be done with the 4 goals. Still carry that thread of the fifth over the years. Morgan here out wide, being pursued by Evans into the corner. This is the game management. Morgan, of course, the star of London 2012, and so much since then. It's back again with Horan. Lavelle. Australia just can't get this ball. Try as they might. Now they can break, maybe, though. Well into the last minute of normal time here. Australia just running on with it. Kerr, and that's from distance, and what a strike that is! Unbelievable hit from Emily Gielnik, and that's given them hope. We're not done here yet. Australia aren't done. An absolute screamer from Gielnik to keep their hopes alive. Pick that one out. And it's Australia 3, the United States of America 4.
She had an effort of volley on the edge of the area soon after coming on, just showing us her intention of shooting whenever she got a sight of goal. That is a superb hit from Gielnik. Lovely goal. We've seen some terrific goals scored in this bronze medal match. And how many minutes have been added on? 4.
There is still time for Australia here. This is not done. What a strike that was. One of the best strikes of the whole event. What a goal from Gielnik to give the Matildas hope. They still trail, though, the United States of America here. Almost through the first minute of the 4. Megan Rapinoe, who scored twice. She can't throw it anymore. Alex Morgan down here, the substitute. Just minutes remaining, but this is still in the balance. What a bronze medal match this has been.
Just about to extol the virtues of the USA, who've been holding on to the ball, running down the clock, managing the match. They're doing really well. Out of nothing, that run forward from Gielnik, a tremendous hit. And now, nervy minutes for the USA. I think they thought it was in the bag. In truth, I think most of us thought that the USA were going to be able to see out this game without too many problems, but that brilliant goal has changed everything.
Still don't have the bronze medal yet here, and a few nervous looks around. Becky Sauerbrunn, who's been through it all, the captain, surely felt they were on the way to the bronze medal. They still might be. Morgan still getting treatment. Of course, this allows as well a bit of the sting, the momentum that Australia were hoping to build up from the stunning goal from Gielnik. Maybe just a bit more difficult for them on the resumption. Can Sam Kerr, so many times she's delivered her nation, but it was her colleague, Gielnik. That was just an unbelievable hit.
I think you're absolutely right. This is just what Australia didn't want. The momentum was really with them. Flowing, the belief coursing through their veins, and now it's all had to stop. Gustafsson speaking to the referee and saying, what's going on here? They will just want to get the ball back, get the ball forward as quickly as possible. That is not good news for the USA. If we see an equaliser and we go to extra time, Morgan off, Lily Lloyd off, they might have to bring someone on to replace. Well, they're going to have to bring someone on to replace Alex Morgan, because she definitely can't continue.
Yeah, made the 4 changes so far, and Danovsky, and it looks like he's going to have to make another one here. Morgan is in some discomfort. For Gustafsson, I think his key point to Laura Fortunato is this time needs to be added on to the 4 minutes.
Yeah, it will be.
So there's still time here for the Matildas. A minute of those 4, but there's going to be some extra time onto that because of the injury to Morgan. Utterly compelling here in Kashima, and it's still not done yet. The United States of America here. It's been billed as a redemptive act for them. Of course, they were the gold medal favourites, trying to save a bit on this event and clinch the bronze. It's not confirmed yet. Sam Kerr's Matildas here are still in this. With Micah eventually in a chance here, you would think it's got to be to launch it forward here. Not long left now. They look to win the ball here. Still have a chance here as they look to launch it forward towards their captain, Kerr. And it breaks down, but it's back with Australia, and Kerr with a chance to shoot maybe. That's charged down well, though. They look to win the ball here.
How are your nerves?
If you're the United States of America here, and that one has gone out. It's back with Australia here. Sent forward the throw-in by Ford. Inside, trying to spin inside there. United States of America here. Sonic just trying to get it away. Anywhere will do now for the US. How much time have Australia got left here as they launch it forward again towards Kerr? It breaks down again. It's just it's wave after wave here, you would think, of pressure from the Matildas. Are they going to get a free kick? There they are. Or has it gone the other way? Steph Catley wanting a free kick. Looked like she got one. Have another look at it here. The challenge from Ahara.
You can see why Catley might have thought she was due a free kick there. This is ideal for the USA. Get the ball as far away as possible. Keep it there for as long as possible. Can it come back for another time for Australia? Yes, it can. We never thought, or we didn't think that we'd be in for this kind of nervy finish to the game. But what a game it's been, and what an effort from these Australian players.
Sent forward, they still have the options there. Is that going to go out? Yeah, it is. Steph Catley, they're making the challenge. Back with the Matildas here. All Australia here in added time, looking for the equaliser. The US just desperately trying to seal this see it out for the bronze medal.
Well, there is desperation from Australia, but in these kind of situations, yes, you need to get the ball forward quickly, but you also need to keep your head in the final third as well.
Courtney Nevin here, out to Kyra Cooney-Cross, launched into the box, and French, she's not looked convincing, doesn't really deal with it. Is that going to be a corner there? What is the decision from Laura Fortunato? Mary Fowler going for it there, the teenager. Sent right in there, and anything could have happened. It's that little header away in the end from Sonnet. Fowler under pressure. So many bodies in the way. Sent right in there, and anything could have happened. It's that little header away in the end from Sonnet. And it is all over. They have done it. The United States of America seal the bronze medal. They've had to work for it. The Australians livid there. They felt they could have had some more time, another opportunity. But the United States of America, who were the gold medal favourites, of course, disappointing event for them by their high standards, but they won the bronze medal. It's finished Australia 3. The United States of America 4 here.